Hello everybody, this is Dave Blair and I'm covering the events and highlights of week 2, race 2. This is the Friday night race and Assetto Corsa on SRS. This is the Simpit and we are running the Porsche 911 RSR 2017 model at Nürburgring GP. And here we go. We're going to start on board with Andreas and we're coming into turn 1. This is lap 1. And he's just going to get into Sean Sebring a little bit, coming into this first corner a little too hot. Okay, now we're on board with Sean Sebring, and we're going to take a look at it again from his point of view. He's just going to get bumped there. And this is Pro Sim TNT on YouTube. You can watch his stream. This was an entertaining one. Now we're on board with Glenn Cooper. And again, this is the first corner here. He's just going to catch the inside lip there and spin himself out. You can see Andreas there to the right. This was all what happened on the first corner. Now we're on board with Sean Sebring again, and he's going to get into Doug Hawley a little bit right there. Good recovery by Doug Hawley. Looking at it again on board with Doug Hawley, just going to get tapped there. Nice drift, nice recovery. Now we're on board with Luke Skye. You can see him get around Doug Hawley right there. And this is just some good close racing here between the three of these guys. This is still on the first lap. There's a little bump right there, but everybody seemed to handle that corner okay. Now we're on board with Tobias Richter, and this is the same corner that Doug Hawley got squirrely in, and he's just going to run off on the green stuff there, lose traction. Yeah, so rough start for Tobias Richter. Now we're on board with Brian Yanez, and he's got Ray Robinson right in front of him. And you can kind of see the whole stretch here. Again, this is the first lap. We're going to have a little incident right here. Okay, this is Renan Bueno. And he's going to get into Johnny Major right here on this corner. Again, still on the first lap. Taking a look at it again from Johnny Major's point of view. You can see him hard on the brakes here, and I don't think Renan was prepared to stop that quick, ran in the back of him. So both of those guys suffered on this corner. Now we're on board with Doug Hawley again. And he's going to take a look up the inside here, think about making a pass, but he just blows through this corner. Okay, now we're on board with Johnny Major, and this is lap 2. Yeah, he came into that corner way too hot, and luckily he made it through without taking anybody else out, and then waited for his turn to come back on the track. So blew that corner, but at least it was good re-entry. Good job. Now we're on board with Glenn Cooper, and he's going to get some passing done right here. And again, we're still on lap 2. It's funny, all these cars have the same paint. It's hard to tell who's who. You can see that's Ray Robinson there. They get a little bumping, and he's got Brian Yanez in front of him. So staying with Glenn Cooper here, he's coming up on Brian Yanez, and this is the third lap. He's just going to tap him in the door there and basically take himself out. Brian Yanez seemed to go on without any incident. And here's Doug Hawley. Okay, on board with Doug Hawley, and you're going to see Ray tap Boris right there, which slows him down. Doug taps Ray. Looking at it from Ray's point of view, he's going to tap Boris, then he's going to get hit by Doug Hawley, then he's going to get hit by Glenn Cooper, which actually Glenn Cooper actually helped him stay on track. Looking at it one more time from Glenn Cooper's point of view. And then it looked like he had to take a slowdown penalty, but what a spot to take it in. Here's some good racing. Back on board with Will Dawson. Here's Andreas trying to get the pass done. And who's that? Dave Blair in front of him. This race was a lot of fun for me. I did much better in the Friday night race than I did in the Thursday night race. Now we're on board with Luke Skye. Here's some more good racing with Joe Antonio, Sean Sebring, and Stan Donnet. And the car out in front there is Nicholas Ravencroft. Now we're on board with Glenn Cooper. And he's going to come up on Tobias a little hot into this corner, and he's going to jump out here. So, didn't hit him and avoided the accident. That was a good reaction. Okay, now we're on board with Renan Bueno. He's behind Brian Yanez here. This is some good, tight, close racing. Then he gets a little loose. So frustrating when that happens. Good re-entry. Now we're on board with Boris Barzotto, and he's going to get a little loose here too. There goes John Hill. Another good re-entry though. You have a mistake, you wait till it's clear, you come back on the track. It's a good job. Now we're on board with Sean Sebring, and Luke Skye is giving him a lot of pressure right here. This is lap 11. And people love to try and make passes here. But Sean Sebring's going to cut that corner, and then he's going to get a slowdown penalty. Now you have to serve that before the end of the lap. So Again, he just pulls over right here in front of Andreas and gets a little tap. But he had to slow down. Now we're looking at that again, and we're on board with Andreas. Okay, now we're on board with Nick Ravencroft. And he's going to get a lot of pressure here from Joa Antonio. And this is lap 13. Nice pass. And now we got Luke Sky coming up. And there's Andreas. Nicholas Ravencroft is currently in 7th right here, 7th. Now we're on board with Sean Sebring again, and this is Pro Sim TNT on YouTube. And he's going to go off here, get a little loose, and look at that spin. Wow. All right, buddy. Can't wait to watch that stream. Now we're on board with Tobias Richter again. I think he's having problems with his tires. Okay, we're staying on board with Tobias Richter, and this is lap 23. And he just comes through here really slow. I'm not even sure why. Again, I think he was having problems with his tires, but there goes Michael by, and then Heiko Schumann. Oh, he's doing the blue flag, that's why. Now we're on board with Andreas, and he's been battling Luke Sky here for a few laps. And I think the pressure's starting to get to Luke. He's going to make a few mistakes here. And there's Joa Antonio out in front there. So Joa's currently in 3rd. And Andreas finally gets by Luke Sky. Now Andreas is in 4th and Luke is in 5th. Now we're on board with Doug Hawley, and there's Andreas that just made it past Luke Sky. And Doug Hawley's going to make it past Luke Sky. It looks like he had a slowdown penalty there. And now we're on board with Luke Sky, and you can see he cut the corner right here. And then he had to serve his slowdown penalty before the end of the lap, so he decided to pull right here. Now we're on board with Sean Sebring again, and he's running against Brian Yanez. This is the last lap. Nice pass, and then got spun around, but Brian waited for him. And there's Stan Donnet coming through. It looked like Sean was letting Brian go by, but Brian didn't. That was the end of the race right there. So again, Sean, can't wait to watch your stream. Find out what happened in this race for you. Okay, now we're going to run down the 10th to 1st. And you had 10th place here is Tobias Richter. Tobias Richter came in 10th. 9th place was Marcio. Sorry, I don't think I can say that last name. Marcio in 9th place. 8th place was Dave Blair. That's me. Dave Blair in 8th place. 7th place was Nicholas Ravencroft. Nicholas Ravencroft in 7th place. That is an interesting paint job. Luke Sky in 6th place. 6th place was Luke Sky. Doug Hawley in 5th. 5th place was Doug Hawley. That's some good paint. Fourth place was Andreas. Andreas in 4th place. 3rd place was Joa Antonio. Joa Antonio in 3rd place. Good paint job. 2nd place was Stan Donnet. Stan Donnet in 2nd place. Another great paint job. First place tonight was Heiko Schurman. Heiko Schurman in 1st place. Good job. That's some nice paint on that car too. So here's Heiko coming over the finish line. Does a little zigzag. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos and the highlights. I find it helpful, especially when I see somebody spin out in my rearview mirror and I'm like, well, I wonder what happened to that guy. And I like to go back and find out, you know, the why and how the incidents happen. So I hope everybody else appreciates this. So please give it a like if you enjoyed it, and we'll make more of these. Also, if you'd like to come out and join us, you can go to the Simpit on YouTube, and Sean's made some videos of what you need to get. You need to buy the game Assetto Corsa, and you need to get sim racing system put in there. Okay, so here are the race results from week 2, race 2, the Friday night race. Again, Heiko Schurman in 1st, Stan Donnet in 2nd, Joa Antonio in 3rd, Andreas in 4th, Doug Hawley in 5th, Luke Sky in 6th, Nicholas Ravencroft in 7th, Dave Blair in 8th, Marcio in 9th, and Tobias Richter in 10th. Here are the series standings after week 2, race 2. You have Ricardo Mascarenas in 1st place, Stan Donnet in 2nd, Joa Antonio in 3rd, Heiko Schurman in 4th, and Dave Blair in 5th.